Hello again. Okay, so here we are, module 3, where we're going to look at the practical application of values. So this is really about bringing values to life. I was very struck working some years ago with the Metropolitan Police in London, and somebody said to me that values should be lived, not laminated. All too often in organisations they are a worthy set of words behind the receptionist as you walk in, or plastered around the offices, but don't actually translate into practice. There's a great quote from Friedrich Engels, who says that an ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. And the whole point really of these modules in this course is to really think about how we turn values into something that means something and makes an impact. Drawing from organisational experience in the survey, we found that they were very mindful of looking at how to weave in and apply values across a whole broad spectrum of things at work. So looking at their policies and their procedures, how do they relate to recruitment or induction or customer satisfaction or customer complaints? Looking at performance management, many organisations had competency frameworks or built it into their appraisal process. Although interestingly, nobody made a direct link with payment. It may have been one factor, other than one organisation who had tried and found that actually it was a bit of a diversion. Organisations looked at internal relationships and behaviours. They looked at external relationships affecting how they chose the partners they worked with and how they related to and interacted with their partners. They looked at the leadership style of the organisation, really important one that. And leadership beyond just, if you like, senior leaders. At Teach First, for example, every new member of staff on their induction, it's stressed that they're actually a leader within the organisation, and to think of the organisation as if they were one of its owners. Clearly it's important to think about how to communicate this, whether it be by posters, mugs, weaving it into the website, building it into conversations, which is particularly important. And finally, thinking about, as many organisations now are working to build in impact reports on what they do, ensure that the values are overtly stated within that and what progress has been made towards them, what good examples are. And looking at reviewing and sharing and embedding them, start by building on what's working well. You'll find that there are many good examples out there. It's a question of looking for them, seeking them out, and then sharing them. Weave it into one-to-one discussions with your colleagues and team members. Have it as a standing agenda item at team meetings. The charity St. John of God, for example, they start all their team meetings with a short reflection on their values and how well they're living them. And talk about it with stakeholders. This is not something just for internal staff. It's important in terms of branding, and it's important in terms of making that impact outside of the organisation. So that brings us to the end of module 3. Again, I've got an exercise that you can have a go at. This is particularly suitable for a team meeting or a group of staff in any forum. So ask people to individually reflect on the organisational values, and then consider the question, what does this mean for me in practice in my day-to-day role? Then get people to work in twos or threes to share and discuss, and then share and discuss the examples from the whole group. This exercise helps in making sense of values at a local an individual level. So I look forward to talking with you again on Module 4, where we'll be looking at summarising with some top tips on creating values and keeping them alive.